You do not need a solicitor to make your first move, but you do need a strategy. Before you apply to family court, there are a few things that can make or break your case, and that's even before it's started. First, it's mediation. I know it might feel pointless or even unsafe depending on your situation, but even one session, even a failed one, shows the court that you've made the effort, and sometimes a partial agreement here saves months of delay later on. Second is your MIAM. That's your mediation, information and assessment meeting. It's more than a legal requirement. It's your first official record that you are engaging constructively. But here's the deeper bit. Have you ever stopped to ask, what am I asking the court to decide and why? It's not just about getting more time or proving a point. It's about showing the court and yourself that you are acting in your child's best interest and not just reacting to the pain you're feeling. Have you written down your goals? Have you mapped out a plan, even a basic one? Clarity now can prevent confusion later, and the court will notice that. Being centred does not mean passive. It means being clear, being prepared, and being focused from day one. Are you clear on your first step?
Before you even step into court, preparation matters. But once you're there, what actually shapes the outcome? Let's look at the one checklist that judges use to decide what's best for your child.
If you are a dad facing family court, you need to know about the welfare checklist. It's not legal jargon. It is the heart of how judges decide what is in the best interests of your child or your children. There are 7 points, and they cover things like your child's wishes, depending on their age, their emotional, education, and physical needs, any risks of harm, and how capable each parent is. This is not about who has the best lawyer. It is about evidence, presence, and how you engage. So when you're preparing a statement or going into court, don't just talk about your rights. Show how you meet your child's needs across those points. That is how you get heard. It's not a test you pass. It is a lens the court looks through. So use it, understand it, and build from it. You are not powerless. You just need to know where the ground is.
It's not just about ticking boxes. It's about showing up for your child in ways the court can see. But what happens when your presence is ignored, even when it matters most?
Child says they want to see you. So, why isn't the court listening? I've been there, waiting, hoping, wondering if my child's voice even mattered. Here's what most dads aren't told. The court does consider your child's wishes, but it's not as simple as asking them who they want to live with. The judge looks at their age, how mature they are, and whether they're under pressure from anyone. That's where Kafka steps in. They speak to your child, usually once, quietly, privately. Their notes go into a report, and that report does shape what the court decides. But it's always filtered through one key thing. What's in the child's long-term welfare? Not preference, welfare. That can be hard to hear, especially when you know your child wants more time with you. But listen, how you show up still matters. Calm, child-focused, consistent. The court sees that, even if it takes time.
If you've ever felt invisible in the process, you're not alone. I've been there too, and when they called me a bad dad, here's what got me through.
Ever felt like the version of you being described in court is nothing like the man you actually are? That hit me hard. When you're already cut off from your child, and then you hear your character being questioned, it's more than frustrating, it's destabilising. You start thinking, is this how I'll be seen? Is this all they'll believe? And in that fog, I nearly lost grip of something important, who I really am. Not the version on paper, not what others claim, but the father my children still has, even if we were not in contact. That thought grounded me. I reminded myself, fatherhood doesn't depend on permission, it's a presence. I could live that out in how I spoke, how I prepared, and how I refused to be dragged into the bitterness and the arguments. That quiet strength, even unseen, still matters. If you're in that place now, misjudged or shut out, you are not alone. Being centred means holding on to your truth, even when the system does not reflected back.
It took time, clarity and support, but I found my voice again. And if you've been silenced, overlooked or pushed aside, here's how you can take yours back. Ever stared at a blank page thinking, if I get this wrong, they won't see who I am? That paper can feel like your only voice in the whole process. I've been there, rewriting the same line 10 times, worried I'd sound too angry or too soft. It's like walking a tightrope when everything feels unfair, but you have to stay calm. Here's what helped me write one that actually landed. 1. Start with your child, not the conflict. 2. Stick to structure. Say who you are, what's happened, and what you're asking for. 3. Use facts, not frustration. Dates, patterns, not emotion. And 4. Finish with clarity. Say what's best for them and why. Keep watching. This next part changed how I write mine. Before I send anything, I ask, would a stranger reading this trust me with my child? And if the tone's off, not the facts, the tone, I rewrite it. Calm isn't weakness, it's strategy. This isn't just paperwork, it's your voice. And how you hold yourself will be heard. Because dads aren't backup parents, we matter. And it's time the system saw that. Let's end with the truth they don't want us to say out loud.
You ever feel like you're just the extra parent? Like when people talk about mum knows best or teachers automatically contact her first, even if you are the one doing the school runs or helping with homework. It's subtle, but it's constant. This idea that dads are somehow less than or optional or replaceable. But here's the truth. We are not backup parents. We are not just support acts in our kids' lives. We matter, not just when allowed, but because we are part of their foundation. And I get it. If you've been through court or if contact's limited, it can feel like the whole world is telling you you do not count. Do not buy into it. Your presence, your effort, your care, it all counts. Being a dad isn't about being perfect. No one is. It's about real being there and holding your ground with love.
If this spoke to you, subscribe and share it. Drop a comment with your story or just say, I'm here, because together we're changing the narrative.